YouTubers, welcome to the next episode of Spooky University. Woo. Okay, so this is episode 6 and today's topic is hair dye. Because, well, hair dyeing is a very popular pastime within the alternative scene, as I'm sure you well know. But, if you're fresh out of high school, well, you probably came from an area or school or district that didn't allow you to dye your hair really bright, unnatural colors. I know my school was that way, but that didn't stop a lot of people from doing all kinds of crazy things otherwise. So basically, my hair dyeing adventure started actually in high school when I was a baby bat goth wearing the trip pants and the horrible band t-shirts and thought, hey, black hair would like totally suit my ensemble, right? Because I am just oh so gothic. So I dyed my hair black, and it looked horrible. If I can find a photo, I will insert it here. Okay, so now that you can see that, like, I had, like, the worst haircut ever, and my roots were coming through, and I didn't even bother with makeup or styling or anything. Yeah, so that was my first foray into the world of hair dyeing, and it sucked. So, I didn't really venture back into that until right before starting university, when I decided that, you know, I just gotten out of this really long relationship. I just moved back to the United States and I needed something new and fresh, and I thought, well, what better way to do it than to dye my hair and look like a new person? So I dyed my hair a really, really deep, rich red color, actually a bit darker than what I'm rocking now. And it looked amazing, and I was just like, oh my god, box dyes are like incredible, yay! And it was, you know, it was a lot of fun. So after I started university and, you know, I started like, I had more disposable income so I could buy cute things, and I decided that I wanted hair to match my new and spooky style. So I went to the local department store in my hometown, which is tiny, mind you, and I bought some purple hair dye from the brand Splat. I don't know if you guys have this overseas, but it's something that is sold in the United States, and it's very, very cheap, and for good reason. The box comes with its own bleaching kit, and I don't recommend using it because it's horrible. Basically, it turned my hair bright yellow. I mean, which for me was fine because I was going to cover it up anyway. Now, the directions for the hair dye say to, you know, saturate your hair and leave it in for like 35 minutes. So I do this, and then I rinse it out, and all of the color comes out. So me not really knowing any of the fundamentals of hair dyeing, I went out and I bought another box and tried it again. I didn't use the bleach, mind you, so I still have that sitting at home somewhere because I really don't know what to do with it. And I tried the next batch of color, and I left it on a little bit longer, you know, hour and a half, 2 hours, and then I rinsed it out, and the color kind of stuck. It was really dark purple up here, and then like really light purple, almost pink down here. And I mean, if the gradient effect was what I had been going for, that would have looked awesome, but it wasn't. So I was a little upset. However, I decided to go with it, so I rocked it for a while, and people thought it was incredible and whatever, because apparently nobody else here knows about hair dyeing either. And then I decided that I wanted to do something really interesting and outrageous, because it's something that I was starting to see a lot in Gothic Lolita. A lot of people were wearing split-colored wigs. And I was like, well, I'm not really into wigs, and they're expensive and too much of a hassle. So I was like, I'll just do that to my real hair. So as November came and went, I decided to bleach the purple out of my hair. I had no idea that there was such a thing as a color stripper, or I would have used it, because that would have worked so much better. Instead, I used 2 different bleaching kits to get the purple out of my hair, and by that time I was a platinum, straw textured, fried, frizzy mess. And it sucked. So, okay, apparently platinum blonde looks really awesome on me with the right hairstyle, but, well, I had a plan, you know, I was going to do red and green. So I had this green from Raw that I picked up at Hot Topic, and I had gotten Manic Panic Fire Engine Red or something like that, I don't remember. So like I just split my hair into halves and I tied up one section while I put like all the green in the side, and then I tied that up and I put all the red in the side, and then I basically let it sit for like at least 12 hours. I did a bit of reading online to find out how to best keep these colors in your hair, and a lot of the blogs and the articles that I read from people said to keep it in your hair for an extensive amount of time. So that's what I did. I basically slept in it. So I get up and I rinse it out and I'm like, oh my god, I have this amazing hair, right? The only problem is that like the red that I got ended up looking more orange. And so I wasn't sure if maybe a lot more of it had just, you know, come out, like had rinsed out, because I was told that red faded really quickly, and so I used up like the rest of the bottle of the red on just the red side, and then I rinsed it out again after another 12 or so hours. I didn't do this consecutively, mind you. There were days and weeks in between this, mind you. But yeah, and it still looked orange. So I was like, well, this is not working. I don't want green and orange. I want green and red. So I had to go back to Hot Topic and get a different Manic Panic color, and this time I got Vampire Red. It looked like blood in a bottle. It was perfect. And then I finally got the results that I wanted, and it was amazing. Everybody loved it. It was so much fun, and there were like a few people at the Lolita meetup that I went to that actually thought it was a wig. Yeah, well, you know, once I curled it and teased it out and put pretty stuff in it, and everybody thought, there's no way that's your real hair. But it was, and it was awesome. Now, true to form, the red did fade really, really quickly. That's because I have this habit of like washing my hair a lot, because like I'm obsessed with staying completely clean. Like I hate going a day without showering. I bathe like every night. Seriously, I can't not. So the red did fade, but the green hung in there for the long haul, man. The green hung in there. So if you're looking for a really long-lasting green hair dye, I suggest you check out any of the green dyes from the brand Raw, because I was really impressed. So after that, I just put a dark brown over my hair after the holidays were over, like a really dark brown, and tried to cover everything up because it was starting to fade out anyway. And then I didn't really do anything with my hair until this year actually. I did purple again for and I tried to give Splat one more try, and this time I left their hair dye in over my normal hair. I didn't bleach anything. I put it over my normal hair and I left it in for 14 hours. And it looked a lot better, I'll give you that. It looked good. But I don't think I'll ever go back to it. I think I'll probably try one of Manic Panic's dark purple colors if that's what I was going for, because I wanted a really dark purple and Splat just didn't give me that, unfortunately. So I don't recommend them. And then I just put, I wasn't sure what to do for the holidays this year, and after I got sick of the purple, I just put like this kind of like red color in, and yeah, so, oh, that reminds me, I did use all of the rest of the Manic Panic's Vampire Red over the summer after I had cut my hair really short. I put all the red stuff in there, and it was really, really cool because I had this bright fire engine red hair, and it was amazing. So, yeah, some tips and tricks for dyeing your hair. Or at least this is what works for me. If you're bleaching, follow the instructions. If you're really uncertain with how your hair is going to turn out, go to a salon just to be safe. I know it's expensive, but I mean, if you want to get a really good bleaching kit at a department store or a salon, you're still going to pay upwards of like $15 anyway for a good one. Make sure to condition your hair afterwards, especially if you're not dyeing again. I was okay because using Manic Panic and Raw, they're vegan hair dyes, so they have a lot of really good stuff for your hair in them. So I was okay with that, and I made sure to condition after I dyed and everything. That's another important tip. Even if you're just box dyeing, make sure you use all of the conditioner that comes with your box dye, because it will make like a world of difference on your hair. I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't want like really stringy fried hair after I dye it. I want it to look nice, so I always use the conditioner. For unnatural colors, your hair might allow the color to stick faster and better. For me, I really have to leave it in for a long time, to the point that, you know, I put the color in, I tie my hair up, I put like a silk sleeping cap on, and I go to bed with it, because, you know, I'm not going to go out with a head of hair dye. Then again, I might. But, yeah, okay. So, beyond the mechanics of hair dyeing, if you have any more questions on that, you can ask me. There are probably a million other YouTube videos all over the place that will tell you. You can Google it. Everybody's going to have a different opinion, because everybody has different hair. Basically, do some experimentation. They say you only live once. Not that I believe that, but, you know, in the case it's true. You know, you only live once. Go wild, experiment, do what you want. It's just hair, it grows back. Now, like I said, beyond the mechanics, you're in university for the first time. You're on your own, presumably for the first time. And suddenly it's like, I can be whatever I want. I don't have parents breathing down my neck about my, you know, my dress preferences, or, you know, no one's gonna bitch and moan at me about getting piercings or tattoos. So it's like, I might as well go wild with my hair. And yeah, you can. You totally can. Unless you're going to one of them like really strict Christian colleges, in which case they might actually frown on you doing that. But if you're at like a state university or some kind of like community college, no one's gonna care. Administration wise, if you dye your hair purple or green, or give yourself like a rainbow colored mohawk, nobody's gonna care. A lot of people will probably stare at you, because it's unusual, you know. Like, a lot of people in the university sphere are, you know, they're getting on their career tracks, you know, so they're kind of transferring from their kind of like lazy high school, I wore Aeropostale and Hollister every single day phase, into like, oh my gosh, I should get like a pencil skirt and a button-down shirt and high heels, and, you know, they're kind of, that's their thing, right? So to see someone on a college campus with, you know, a bunch of piercings, tattoos, and like brightly colored hair, it's, you know, they don't expect to see that. Everyone expects that you've left that behind in your teen years, you know, and for a lot of people that's just not true. So expect a lot of people to stare at you. When I had my red and green hair, I got so many compliments, because people were like, oh my gosh, how did you do that? Was it hard? Did you get it done somewhere? People really thought it was interesting. So if you do something really bizarre and cool with your hair like that, people are going to notice. People are probably going to ask you about it. They're going to probably covertly take pictures of you on public transportation, but, you know, it's in public. There's nothing you can do about it. You might get, like, you know, the typical rude fuck who's gonna say, oh, it's not Halloween yet, or call you a freak, or whatever, you know, unimaginative insults they can come up with, because their vocabulary is limited, and so is their brain. But like I said, you can do like whatever you want. It's you know, you're young, presumably, you're experimenting with yourself and your identity, presumably, go nuts. You know, take the good with the bad. Experiment, have fun, find yourself. You know, this is the time to do it. So like, if you've been thinking about dyeing your hair green, or you want to do like purple tips, or even if you just wanted to have like, you just want highlights in a funky color, go ahead and do it. You don't even have to dye your hair. You could get clip-in extensions. There are all kinds of stuff you can do. I mean, if you're really like nervous about messing with your own hair, there are 1,000 places to buy cute wigs that you can do all kinds of crazy stuff with. So it's like, dude, totally go wild, do it, go for it, you know? It's like, why not? There's nothing to lose. It's only hair. It's only hair. So, have you ever dyed your hair any funky color, or done something extremely outrageous with your hair? Let me know in the comments below, or tell me what, if you had the guts or the time or money, what you would do if you could. So, see ya. Stay tuned for the next episode.